Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day. Hope you are all having an amazing day today. My name is Lex and welcome back to some more GTA 5, where today we are going to be looking at something absolutely amazing. It is a brand new law-friendly car for GTA 5. You know how much I love these sort of mods. But it's not a brand new car to the GTA universe. This is actually new to GTA 5, but is a car that we already know from other GTA games. It's this. This is the remake of the big... Oh, it's a bit bashed up. Sorry about that. We'll look at it in detail in a minute. This is the Burgerfahrzeug, or the Burgerfahrzeug, rather, the BF Club GTR. This is the law-friendly version of the Mark I Volkswagen Golf, or the Volkswagen Rabbit, actually, seems we're in America. And it just looks amazing. There is so much to this that just looks like classic 80s Volkswagen that I'm absolutely in love. This rear bit on the back with like the black, we'll look at it in detail in a minute, but this thing is amazing. And there's loads of tuning parts and stuff as well, so we're going to go ahead and make a couple of really cool builds. I do have V-Stancer installed, and of course these are all Volkswagens, which are famous for being stance and stuff. So actually I've got a few different styles in mind, so we'll see how many we can make. But before we go any further, there's not going to be any comments featured from the previous video, because actually I'm going to do the Q&A video that I promised. I've got all that sorted out. I just need to go ahead and film that. That'll be coming out very soon. But you can leave a comment in the comment section below, and I may feature it in the next one. I'll be picking your funny comments or your interesting comments or something like that, and I'll be featuring them in the next video. So other than that, I think we're all up to speed. So let's go ahead and find somewhere to park so we can go ahead and check this beauty out. Okay, and here we are. So actually, let's just start off by repairing this and having a look around. And funny enough, one of the build ideas that I had featured beige paint, and this is the one that I happened to spawn in that came with creamy beige paint. So we're already on to a good start with this one. But just look at this. This is so awesomely Volkswagen, so awesomely 80s. I absolutely love how this thing looks. This bit on the back here where we got like, that is definitely the old GTI font. I'm pretty sure that's the same. But we've got like this bar stuff going down here. I don't really how to call this. I guess the Heck Blender. Seems in this is a German car. It would be the Heck Blender. It just looks so cool. Again, so amazingly 80s. And then we go around. Again, it's got the Burgerfahrzeug, or the, I want to say Burgerfahrzeug all the time. The Burgerfahrzeug badging, which again looks like the same font as the GTR font. Again, it's supposed to be some sort of like old Volkswagen font here. And we go around. It is very much like the Mark I Golf. I guess that's what this is based on. Just I don't know how this was made, but I'm just going to guess that this was perhaps like based on like a Mark I Golf model, and then they just sort of tweaked it around and made it look a bit more fitting for the GTA universe. But this does look amazing. Then we've got the petrol cap on that side. All the strip down the side. There's so much nice detail. All of that is 3D. All of that. Look at that. Even got shape. Not just a texture. There's shape to it, which is just so damn cool. I love the detail that's gone into this. Then on the front, we've got these twin headlights with the bigger headlight there, which I'm pretty sure was the same as what was actually on the Mark I Golf GTIs. I'm pretty sure they had lights where it actually stopped this strip at the top. As you can see, it's sort of like cut off there because of the lights. I'm pretty sure the original did that too. Whether it was the outside light or the inside light, I can't quite remember, but I do have a feeling that I've seen that before on one of the original Mark I Golfs. Or Mark I Rabbit, if you're from America. This thing is just beautiful. And then we've got all the indicators, got our grille. We've got a nice big GTI ducktail spoiler. Duck bill this would be, because it's on the front. Wouldn't it be duck bill on the front, back, ducktail, duck bill? I got this wrong in the past. You guys had a go at me, and you know what? It's completely escaped my mind again. Duck bill, I would say, the bottom of that splitter is. And then we've got these very cool GTI-esque wheels as well. Onto the interior. Again, this is very 80s. This is very Golf. This is very Volkswagen. All of this, and look at that. We've even got this. Oh, we've even got this 80s style. Thanks, Michael. You said me right there as I was zooming in. This super like graph paper 80s style speedometer thing. This is all amazing, and it's even got turbo written. Even though I don't think the original GTI was a turbo, was it? It was just a naturally aspirated hatchback. The newer ones, I think, are turbo. So let's have a look at some of the parts for this thing. So let's get our menus customs. We'll leave wheels to last. I have got the law-friendly wheels pack mod on this, so we will be putting some exciting wheels on. Seems this is cream. I definitely want to go for the retro style first one that is actually based on the Mark II Golf that I used to have, because I wanted to go for a very similar style. So I'm going to try and like recreate that with this one. So we'll start off with the spoilers. There are so many to look through. Oh my god. And we've even got the perfect spoiler. I love these things. These old 80s spoilers that you get on the bottom of the windscreen, or the rear view window, not windscreen. Does it have a specific name, or am I really just stupid and I'm just forgetting loads of words today? I think probably I'm just overwhelmed because I'm recording videos again. So we have the low-level spoiler. Then we have that with the rubber roof spoiler as well. That's really cool in 80s. We have this with the works spoiler. I mean, now we're getting into the realms of, whoa, I don't know what's going on here. Then we have the mid-level spoiler. Again, I like that. I really like that. Although I wish we had the rubber option. Maybe we do. Let's have a look. We've got this with the rubber top. Then we have the work spoiler and the pro spoiler. Then we have the roof spoiler. Just that one there. Then we have the work spoiler. The pro spoiler. They just seem to be the same. Just one's coloured, one's black. We have the tuner spoiler, which comes at the bottom there. Big, massive thing. The extreme spoiler. Okay. That's mad. I don't think we're going to find a build that suits that, but I don't know. Maybe I'll attempt one of those in another build. Then we have this one. And the extreme roof spoiler. The carbon GT wing. These things are absolutely huge. And again, the extreme downforce. And that is all of those. So for this one, I want to just go for this small rubber one on the back, because I was going to do that to my Golf. Sadly, I didn't. Sadly, I didn't even get the chance to have this. I knew someone who had one, and then he sort of like changed his mind about selling it at the last minute. So that didn't happen. So onto the front bumper, we have the stock. We have the classic. Ah, nice. We've even got the classic chrome bumper on the front instead of the big massive. I'd say that's a bit more the American style one. Oh, actually, no. Because this was the non-GTI type bumper. That was the GTI type bumper. Okay, that's I think the difference. Again, it's been quite a few years since I've really looked at these cars in depth. Then we have the round fog lights on that bumper. We have ones with the covers. We have the bumper delete, which looks amazing. We have the front bumper with the oil cooler. Then we have one in the middle. And then we have this, just a big, massive intercooler. That's a bit much. So for this one, I think I'm going to go for the classic front bumper, because that's the sort of style I want to go for this first build. Then onto the rear bumper, we don't actually have much option. We have the stock, we have the rear, the chrome one, or we have the delete. So again, I'm going to go for the classic chrome one on the rear. Onto the skirts, we have the classic, which is just this little bit at the back there. Not too sure about that. We have the racing side skirts, which just match the whole arch thing perfectly. I love how they look. That looks nice. Then we also have mud flaps, or we have mud flaps and that skirt, or we have it with that. I am actually going to go stock right there, because as much as I like that, that's a little bit too low on the back, because I want to make this a bit of a classic style. Even though I did go with that spoiler, I might remove that later on. Depends on the star. Then on the exhaust, we have the stock. We have, it's getting closer, the titanium, oh dear, the titanium tuner, the Shakatan. Oh, lovely. Oh, lovely. Although not for this build. We have the chrome tip. That's pretty nice. We have the big bore. And then we have the race exhaust. I'm just going to go for a nice little chrome tip right there. I tell you what is a shame, because when I think of exhausts and Golfs, whether it's the Mark 1, Mark 2, the 80s and 90s style has to be the twin DTM upswept. That is the quintessential exhaust, I think, for a Volkswagen Golf for the Mark 1, Mark 2. I'd say even Mark 3 era. So it's a shame we didn't have that. But that's chrome, that's simple, that's nice. I'll go for that. On the chassis, we have the stock, and then we just have full cage. That is definitely a full cage in there. That's pretty caged up. Okay, so actually for that one, I'm not going to go for it. Then on the grille, we have the option of the stock. We have the GTR badge. We have the GTR badge and the grille delete. So actually there is a mesh grille, and then there's another grille in front of it, as you can see, which only goes in that middle part, which we can get rid of and just have the mesh, which I think looks pretty cool. Then we have the classic grille. It's a shame it doesn't go to the edge, and it's a shame we don't have like a single headlight conversion. Maybe there is actually. Let's have a look. We've got the GTR badging. Then we've got this one in the primary color. That with the GTR badge. Then the stock. Oh, that's the secondary color. Okay. And then we have the chrome. So I think I'm actually going to go for chrome, really, just because it's going to match with the bumper. But to be honest, I wished we could have got rid of those fog lights and just had one like single light grille set up. But, well, there we go. Then onto the hood, we have the stock. We have the smooth, which actually, I quite like how the stock looks, but anyway. Then we have the scooped. Then we have the scooped and the square hood vent, which I think is actually going to reference the original one from San Andreas, because I'm pretty sure that's the sort of one that you could get when you modified these in San Andreas. But then we also have the stripe, which is actually stock, isn't it? Yeah, okay, they're the same. Then we have the sticker bomb hood. Then we have the carbon hood. And then we have, of course, because it's a Volkswagen, the ratty, rusty hood. Now, actually, I could add that on. That wasn't really my plan. But I'm actually going to add that ratty hood on just for the sake of it being like, you know, in the style of like late 2000s retro look that people went for. Which is around the time that I modified my Golf. Then we have the primary colour fenders or the secondary colour fenders, but again, they're both cream. I want to keep that in black. Then onto the fenders. That's going to be actually this bit on the front. So we have the stock, which is the big, massive duckbill one. Then we have the small one. Then we go back to that. Oh, it is actually slightly different. Ah, now that one's a bit more like the GTI one. That one's slightly different. That one, yes, okay. Or we have that. I'm actually going to go for the small splitter on this one. It's a shame we couldn't go for the just no splitter at all, but I guess we'll just settle for the small. Then on the roof, we have the roof scoop, if you want that, the antenna, roof scoop and antenna, roof lights, roof rack. Okay, this is definitely going for the right style that I'm thinking. We have the roof rack with luggage. We've got one with the surfboard. That's got to be the one. We also have the rusty rack, the rusty trash rack, which has just got just a big old load of junk on it. Then we have the Euro rack and the Euro rack with bike, and then the one with two bikes. Oh, they are all so cool. Oh, there we go. Stuck in that sign there. They all look amazing, but I think for this one, I'm going to go for the surf style right there. And then that just leaves us with engine, brakes, transmission, and suspension. We'll slam that down. Doesn't really actually drop it that much. Paint, I'm going to leave as it is for this build. Windows, I'd like to have in green. Doesn't really show it that green. Do you know what? There's a bit of green there. That's pretty retro. I'm going to go for the green. In the extras, there is actually one extra, but I can't see what it is at all. So I'm actually just going to check under the bonnet because we haven't looked under there yet. And you know what? It was a good thing we did because there's actually a nice smoothed out bay under here with a big, massive engine that you probably definitely wouldn't find in one of these. But that is awesome looking. And then we have the boot. Right there, big old boot. So let's see if the... Oh, I've actually just noticed that's the whole boot with the lights as well. Normally, would the Mark 1 have it in the boot lid? I know the Mark 2 had the lights there on the side. That's very weird seeing the whole thing open up and just seeing the whole back end with no lights. That's kind of weird. Okay, so actually it removes the strut brace and actually, okay. Okay, you just saw for a second there, it actually adds in the strut brace, but it instantly just put the bonnet back down, so we'll ignore all of that. We'll go ahead and stick a turbo on, seems like it says turbocharged on the steering wheel anyway. And that just leaves us with the wheels and the sloughing, of course. Now, I'm not going to stance this one. I'm going to do this with the classic wheel style that I had in mind, which I think is in Benny's Originals. Let's just have a look down here. I want to go for the smoothie, but just with the solid colour. No chrome, only in the middle. But I want to go for some white wall tyres as well, which would be like that right there. And, of course, I know we've done this before, but it's just a tried and tested look that always, in my opinion, looks amazing. We're going to make the wheels red. Look at that. Brilliant. Brilliant. That's definitely what I had in mind, but I will make these wheels a little bit smaller using V-Stancer. Let's just go down to tyres, and then we're just going to make the wheel size just that little bit smaller, because they're a little bit too big, I think, for the Golf. I feel like Golfs just suit really small wheels, so I'm going to go for wheels about that size, and the width, I'd actually keep just like that. Okay, there's the wheels back on the ground, and all I'm going to do is just visual lowering and just knock this thing to the ground. Oh, look at that. That's very hit and miss for you guys, because I know some of you are not going to like that style, but I've definitely seen a Golf exactly like that before in real life. That's definitely a car that would have been made around that time. In fact, people would still make something like that now, I think. We'll actually tuck all this in. Get a full tuck, lowrider thing going on right there. And there we are. Get a load of that. I'm just going to go for a nice pull on this. There we are. Actually, I think if I was to change this, I'm actually going to go ahead and I'm going to change that bonnet because I think it's a bit too much. Although, much to my dismay, that's reset all the wheels, annoyingly. And as cool as that rear spoiler is, I think I've got that suited in mind for another build, so I'll get rid of that as well. There it is, all back, slammed. Lovely jubbly. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some speed builds now because we've seen the full build. I've taken way too much time on this one. I wanted to take it slowly, get back into the things. I just wanted to relax. I feel like I haven't done this in a while. We haven't done this together in a while. It's just nice to just relax and just check out some parts and build the car. So let's just try and build another couple more, shall we? Okay, hold the phone right here. I almost missed this. I didn't think to look in Benny's Lowrider mods, but there are actually some extra mods. So do you know what? I'm actually going to jump out of this car. I'm going to pause this build for the moment. I'm going to park this aside and just finish off this other one because there's actually a few more parts to check out. So in Menus Customs, in Benny's Lowrider mods, we have ornaments, which are a bunch of hood catches. We're going to have to change these wheels again in a minute, but that's fine. So we have the chrome hood catches, we have the angled, we have the straight hood, and we have the hood protector. Oh, that's very cool. That's very much fitting with this start. I'm going to go for that on this build, actually. In the trunk, we have the trunk speaker, which I'm going to have to just glitch my way into. Oh, okay, that's a big old... In fact, that looks very much like the old In-Phase ones used to buy off eBay. Used to get a box that looked exactly like that, built by In-Phase. So yeah, that's that fitted. We actually... Seems this is a lowrider not built for speed and everything else. Do you know what? We can do with some tunes, so we'll go for that. On the fittings, we have a collection of strut braces, which, yeah, that... Can you see that it's actually duplicating them? I think that's because that where I added that extra that added that on, yeah, they don't really match with each other, but that's the usual general strut braces and stuff. Then we have all the arch covers, so we've actually got some fog lights down here. Oh, look at that! Classic, bumper mounted, body mounted, and safari bull, but look at that! That's actually going to make a huge change to this other build that I'm just doing as well, so that's brilliant. I was just thinking that maybe we should have had some extra fogs, and, well, there we go. So for this one, I'm actually going to keep that stock and smooth and simple, because that's the style I want to go for, but that is cool. Then we also have a front tow hook, which we can't have with that bumper, and then we have one on the rear, which we can't have with that bumper, and then we have the combination of the two, but they would definitely work with the other build. So there's that build. I should probably fix those wheels, and let's continue on with the other one. Oh, and actually, another note, you can change the colour of the interior. Whoa, okay, that's a bit much. Cream's a bit much. Where's the browns? We need some browns in here. There we go. That's more like it. Although definitely very rich in colour. And doesn't match these seats, but we could have a brown interior. Oh, there we go. Bison brown, chocolate brown. I think bison brown is the one. There we go. Full brown interior as well. Okay, so here we are done with this second build, and basically, like, the idea of this build is it's like a Sunday race car that you would take to track days, so I've kept it with the standard sort of colour that you would probably find on a car like this, although I have gone for the colour-coded arches just to sort of mix it up a bit. I've gone for the racing bumper down the bottom, but apart from that, I've taken all the other bumpers off, added in the tow hook stuff that we just found, and those lights, and we've gone for the full mesh grille. And I've also gone for this on the bonnet with these catches just to make it look a bit more racy with this on the top. And I thought I'd try and utilise one of these spoilers. So I've gone for that and some nice simple wheels. I've gone for the basic drop. I haven't changed it in V-Stancer. I wanted this to look a bit more like a track day car or a race car or something like that. And, you know what? I think that fits the bill. Maybe we could have changed a few things, but oh well. We've also gone for the mud flaps as well. And these little bits on the back. Well, there we go. Let's move on then to the next one. And can I just say, I've just spawned this in and noticed perhaps another small detail. We do have red on this bumper. I'm going to have to go and check this out, but I have a feeling that we can even change the paint on this. I don't know whether that's based on the secondary or something. If we just get a secondary classic. Ah, that changes the bit around the grille and the stripe on the bumpers and the stripe on the side. So what do we have on this one? That was white. We could have made that all black. We could have made that chrome. That was actually cream, I think, on this original one. We could have made that all chrome, because this one is actually chrome. Oh, man. Okay, I had no idea. Well, anyway, let's continue on with the build. Okay, and here we are with the final product on this third build. I wanted to go for an OEM Plus look, especially inspired by the fact that I can now see that we can have the red. For some reason, the grille looks a little bit more pink than the rest of the red. As you can see, it's like a slightly pinker hue. However, I like the idea of the grey with the red GTI grille and bumpers and everything else, but just with a few extra touches. So I've just actually gone for the same front bumper and splitter thing going on, but I've added it in the fog lights. I've gone for this slatted grille, and then on the back I've just gone for this roof spoiler titanium exhaust, and then I've slammed it on these, I'm not going to say they're BBS wheels, but they're probably the closest I'm going to find, but just some nice sort of multi-spoke style wheels, because actually multi-spokes in GTA standard, you don't really get much choice, really. And I think this thing looks absolutely beautiful. Do you know what? This one was interesting to me just because of, you know, it's just interesting. That one was sort of whatever. It was just an interesting idea. This is the winner. That thing is just beautiful. Now, I'm going to try one more. I'm going to do a really stupid one, but I've got an idea in my head and I want to see how it works. So let's try out the last build for this video. Okay, and here we are done with the final build, and I've gone crazy. I just wanted to see what it would look like with just something stupid, so I've gone for a sort of Shakatan Bosozoku theme thing going on here, because we've got like the external oil cooler. Also, I've gone for the big massive Bosozoku exhaust on the back, bumperless as well on the back, because reasons. I stuck the bikes on the roof just because I wanted to add that into a build, and I didn't go for a spoiler. Maybe I should have, you know, I'm going to change that just slightly, and annoyingly that's changed on my wheels, but I'm going to go for the mid-level spoiler just because I think it's interesting. Okay, wheels, everything fixed back, and there we are. This thing is utterly ridiculous looking. Again, I made the wheels smaller because the stock wheels are just way, way, way too big. I mean, look how big they look on that. I mean, they suit that because it looks like some sort of like big usable wheels, track, tires, whatever. For the rest of them, it's got to be small wheels on a Golf. Perhaps not that much camber. That's a little bit stupid. I do like how that looks with the rear. Ignoring the wheels, but I'd like that rear shape with like the bumperless and then that spoiler. But there we go. I want you guys to let me know in the comment section below which one is your favorite. Is it going to be this classic style one, beige, surfboard, retro, air-cooled style Golf? Is it going to be this absolutely crazy Bosozoku bright yellow Uber Slam stance thing? Is it going to be this nice, simple, I have a feeling many people will pick this one, this nice, simple OEM Plus style GTR, or GTI actually, if we're talking about the real life Golf. Just some nice simple mods, lowered, simple, nice wide wheels. Or this one, the sort of just complete track car. I imagine this one would be like a super fast track weapon. And there we go, there are the 4 choices, and that is it for this video. If you've enjoyed this video, please let me know by rating, commenting, and subscribing, all that sort of thing. Leave comments in the comment section below if you want to just, I don't know, just tell me your thoughts. Tell me your thoughts, tell me what sort of cars you like. This is really dark. I just really wanted to see how these rear lights looked. They look pretty cool. I like how they look. That's cool. And on the front as well. That's super nice. But there we are. That's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.